So, this is one of those video things. What is it called? It's like a one of those casts. I think it's called a Chromecast. Chromecast, right?
Sounds right.
Chromecast. Welcome to the Chromecast.
Welcome.
Where have I been? I don't know. Where have I been? Low-key, a year ago, we filmed the last podcast, and I said, I'm fucking sick and tired of Urbex drama. I'm so fed up with it. So I stopped. I said, you know what? I'm going to take some time to kind of just focus on my life, focus on my job. Started doing simulator racing, started focusing on that. I don't know, just kind of establishing the new life I set for myself. And early on, I did not have time for Urbex anymore. It was just becoming kind of a burden. It wasn't fun. And why do anything if it's not fun anymore? You know, if it's not fun, stop doing it. 2023 was a very interesting year for me. For most of my not-so-adult life, I've made terrible decision after terrible decision. And from losing my first apartment to an eviction, and countless years of just kind of living in hotels and not actually saving up enough money to just get an apartment. Finally got one full-time job, stuck with it. We made a plan, and we got into the apartment, and I honestly decided I needed to focus on the apartment more, and I needed to focus on some stupid YouTube channel. And as much as I enjoyed doing it, it got to a point where I had to just, like I said before, walk away. I knew when I walked away I'd come back. It was just a matter of when. You know, I tried to come back to it last September. You know, anybody who watches the channel, we released 2 drain videos and nothing really came about it. The one drain video happened to be my 3rd most successful video, so that's good. It's nice being able to come back to it and be confident and being able to kind of jump right back on the horse. You know, I released that Zen video Redux. That didn't do very good. It's re-edited. But I know YouTube's algorithm isn't stupid. It knows. You know, we've seen this before. We're not helping you.
Yeah.
So I'll start off simply. Problem number 1 I had was MSP 31337. The elites and the affiliated elites. These people are basically self-titled elite level explorers. They see the same spots that we all see, and they think because they've seen it more or seen it first that they're better. In reality, they're just average. You know, they're no different from you or I. You know, most of them got shown the spots through coordinates. And it seems like these days 80% of explorers are kind of dependent on either coordinates or assistance from other explorers who have experience. Which comes to my next point. All you motherfuckers on TikTok, stop asking about the labyrinth. You really think I'm going to give you guys entrances into labyrinth? Huh?
That's crazy.
I can't honestly give away entrances for labyrinth. Now, I don't judge any of you guys. I have respect for you as I would for him or for any other explorer. You know, I had rather simple beginnings myself. I was shown my first couple caves. Technically, I think they actually found Yorgs. I was shown Yorgs, technically. So, like, does that make him a better explorer? Maybe, does it?
No, I wouldn't say necessarily.
But
I honestly, I don't even remember how we found that. I think it was probably the same way. I think one of my buddies found out through another source. So,
and honestly, I think that is one of the coolest things that help bring people together. I mean, that's what brought us together. Is just, hey, you're in a cave and I'm in a cave. Let's explore together.
yeah.
That's not how it actually went. We're supposed to have the man who brought us everything together, Nick, on the podcast tonight, but bro decided that sleeping for work was more important than some podcast that's going to get 26 views.
I told him.
Priorities, dog.
I told him.
You're missing out on 26 fans.
I said you're going to be on the Joe Rogan experience, bro. Like,
this is more than the Joe Rogan experience.
How could you pass that up?
We don't even have microphones. We have invisible boom mics, Bluetooth. Now, for the people who are new and don't understand anything I'm talking about, let me run down MSP 31337's rules. All right, rule number 1. There are certain spots that cannot be posted. All right, that list consists of Labyrinth, Alpha, Ford Sand Mines, the U of M steam tunnels, and then the Beta Mine. And then I think there's probably others out there I don't even know exist that, for their sake, good thing I don't know, I guess. But all 5 of those spots expect to see on the YouTube channel by the end of the year. You guys could try to keep me out. I already filmed it. What are you gonna do? Oh, fuck! Oh, fuck, he filmed him! You're not putting that on YouTube, are you? So when you post these spots, expect to get a message from somebody in the urban exploring community saying, hey, we don't like this posted. Please take it down. They're usually kind about it for the most part. Now, you might also find DMs of people going, what the heck, man? What are you doing, dude? This is not okay. They'll be all disrespectful on a next level. If they know anything about you or your personal life, you can best bet it will be exploited to some degree. And I never intended to post lab as like I want to post lab. I literally posted it as a direct response to the community. Like TOT is cooler than we really sell it out to be. It is pretty cool. It is the coolest cave technically.
It's just unfortunately I mean, I think it's cool. A lot of people explore it, and it's definitely the most high traffic cave. But I mean, to be fair, it is probably one of the cooler caves in the St. Paul area, for sure. It's really big. It's just, like I said, very high traffic, so it's trashy. People, got a bunch of different shit in there, so it's just not, the cleanest. And it's, it's gotten pretty much just trashed since when I first saw it. And I think I've first saw it maybe like 2020.
Yeah.
So it's been 4 years now, and it's really gone to shit. So it's crazy to see, but I mean, if you are exploring them, I think you should just take some consideration of that, because I mean, I understand, you're in a cave, why not throw something or vandalize it, whatever. But yeah, I mean, if you want to go there in the future, just think about that, just run that through your head when you're thinking about doing something like, oh, I might want to go here in the future. So kind of got to think like that, that's all I'm going to say about that. I'm not going to give anybody rules or nothing, but
the destructive tendency of the people in the cave, I understand, because when I was a kid, I enjoyed throwing rocks through windows. Anybody who knows me knows I had a problem with that when I was 15. But one of the things I got to do as a kid, and I realized as an adult that was dumb and it really fucked the spot up, is there was this abandoned school in Albert Lee. Me and my friend trashed it. We took a couple of golf clubs that were sitting there, and we ripped down the ceiling tiles. We broke every window. We kicked doors down. Shout out to Antoine if you're watching. That's the guy I did it with. But I would look back on that and go, damn, some kid literally made a pretty clean spot become pretty fucked afterwards. Destroyed it. And I imagine that's exactly what happened to TOT. Some kids saw a bunch of buildings in a cave and thought, oh, let's go to town. In this case, in 2015, somebody set it on fire. The fire spread throughout a lot of the, structures, and it burned down over half of them. I have a post on TikTok. I'll drop the link right there. But you will see, TOT used to be a lot bigger. And then check out this video. That's what it looks like today. And you go, what happened? Well, it's broken. That's what happened. More to the rules of the elite and, all their, they have Instagram rules. So they try to regulate spot traffic for spots that are not considered widely known. So you'll go on some of these people's Instagrams and see they're all posted in the same time frames. All the spots are all kind of synchronized, it seems like. And what they do is They hit a spot in June. It becomes well known. They send the cords to each other. They all see the spot, and they make an agreement to not post the spot for at least 4 to 5 or maybe 6 months. I don't know the exact number. They wait to post their spots. By doing that, they keep the traffic low. And I get it. I think it's a good plan. It works. But it gets annoying because you want to post your pics right away. You don't want to wait. Who wants to wait 6 months to post their pics? Like, I feel like in 6 months I've lost interest to some degree. But I've never been a good follower of that. I would just kind of post shit when I wanted, and people didn't like that. I was disliked from the very beginning, long before I posted Lab. Nobody really liked me. I was okay with that. Didn't bother me. A lot of people didn't like me growing up. I'm used to it. But I became a very controversial character in the Urbex community, I would say, for the least. I first pissed off people by posting Lab on Instagram. I was drunk, and I wasn't actually that drunk. I knew what I was doing was against the rules. I was just like, you know what? Let's test the waters a little bit and see what happens. I'm kind of curious. So I did that. I posted it, and I came into my inbox, and people just unloaded. It was crazy. It wasn't really disrespect. It was just annoyances. Just people, just how many people got so shaken by one post. Like, just people were freaking out. Like you have any idea what you're doing? Do you have any idea what's going to happen? What you're doing could destroy the spot. And I remember, I'll never forget, I had a message from a guy saying, yo, dumbass, take the post down. Scrappers are going to get in. Well, I was like, damn. Did I post the entrance? No, I did not post the entrance. People just, think that by having active pictures on social media gives away that the spot is still very much active. The whole idea with Lab is that they were trying to kind of hide the idea that Lab was even around still. Action Squad kind of gave it a really mysterious vibe. It really did. And I feel like by me posting the video, it took away that mysterious vibe. And it made it more like, oh shit, this place is still here. Where do we find it? And I feel like a lot more people are now looking for Lab, but they can't fucking get in. They can't get in for one reason. Gatekeepers. The same people I talk about that have all those rules on Instagram. When we found an entrance, I don't remember who found it. I don't know who found the MN drain. I don't know, one of us found it. I swear it was you guys and like Gene found it at some point. I don't remember.
Oh,
Minnesota drain.
Was that the one that was
in the parking lot?
In the parking lot, yeah.
I swear you guys found it.
Yeah, because I think we drove down there one time and we were just kind of, messing around and we saw that lid, and I remember I think we went to you, and then that's when we later found out that was, the MN drain. But yeah, that whole spot was pretty cool. Even that Pioneer Press. Those
the Pioneer Press tunnels.
Yeah.
If you guys don't know what the Pioneer Press tunnels are, here's a picture right here. Really cool spot. But we never really got a chance to actually use the Minnesota drain to check to find the Lab. We knew it was an entrance to Lab. Like, I had heard from people that Minnesota drain is an entrance into Lab. It technically still is if you have a ladder. Now, I'm not going to tell people where Minnesota drain is, but just don't even bother. The rungs got cut. Somebody cut all the rungs. And if you guys aren't familiar with rungs are, these are what rungs are right here. They're the ladders that they put in, they build it right into the wall. So they don't have to build like an actual ladder. It's just like, they're rungs. I don't even know how to explain it. I'm not a scientist. I don't do that. But I was just like, you know what? This feels like a message sent directly to me and him. Because they had cocked the lid originally. And we were like, no, don't close our entrance like that. We're trying to get into Lab. If we get this close and you guys stopped us? Yeah. They're like, we did it because scrappers were getting in. And I was like, all right, I get it. If scrappers were getting in, I can see that as being a problem. All right, but can I at least get a hint towards another entrance? And they're like, no. It's like, got another entrance. I actually checked this entrance, and that was my first time getting into Lab. So I was like, dude, hallelujah. We got a way in. We planned to go there one night. We popped the lid, and what do you know? The rungs were gone.
Yeah.
I did tell somebody in the community that I had found that entrance and was using it. So we had lost 2 entrances, and at that point I was just pissed. Like, dude, 2 now? I knew someone said something, and they were keeping me out, because, like, at the time, I hadn't started uploading videos to my YouTube channel. Like, I had some videos, but, like, I wasn't uploading on a full-time basis. This all, I like to think, started when Gene posted Hams 2 the first time. He was, like, the first guy to do that.
Yeah.
I think all of us being affiliated to that gave us all kind of a bad start. And then when I started posting things, they're like, all right, yeah, fuck all these guys. And the spray painting shit that went down at Hams 2, that sealed the fate of everything. After how they treated that and they went about that. Yeah. I was like, yeah, all right. I mean, I won't lie, when I heard that someone that we knew had painted in Hams 2, even I myself got a little frustrated. I was like, damn, we had a cave with no paint. Now it's got paint. But I was like, you know what, it's just one little thing. It's all good. But the fit that these people threw, I was like, go paint some more, y'all. I'll even pay for the paint. Fuck these guys. That was my attitude. I was mad at the overreaction over some paint in a cave. You know, it's not like they painted the main tunnel. These people didn't even paint the main tunnel. They painted a side tunnel. And, like, you wouldn't notice until you walked all the way to the end of it and seen it, because it was just black. But, yeah. Those individuals painted it more, and it was funny. After several threatening DMs of people just wanting to start drama and making things personal, I said, you know what, fuck this. I have some lab footage. I think I want to make it into a full video. And I thought to myself, I'm going to need to go back, a couple more times and get some more footage. So I went back 2 more times and got 2 more sets of footage. And I shot the most of the videos when I was exploring with him, Gene, and I think Clint?
Sorry.
Yeah.
4 of us. That lab exploration was probably my favorite of the lab explorations, because that was the day, like, that I went deep into NSP, because, like, I had went into it a couple times before with Braden, but not as deep as we did that day. Yeah. And then when I went in with all those dudes and I did that little short film last year, I really explored the depths of the fucking lab that day. That was the most I ever did in one day. Like, that was the day I realized, okay, I think I've seen the entire NSP level now. Like, I have a mental image of, like, the whole entire system, and it's like, it's a lot, but it's like memorizing the city streets you live on. It's not that difficult, actually. It's pretty easy.
Yeah.
I also combined some of the footage he had. I think he had, like, so I think it was a 32-minute video, and I think you had 12 minutes of footage.
Yeah.
So, like, you had a pretty big slice of the pie there.
Yeah.
That, and I put a lot of Gene's pictures in there. So that's why I entitled it an Urbex lifestyle video, because I was like, this is an Urbex lifestyle video. That's what it is. This is not just me. This is all of us. Gene didn't seem to like that, but sorry, bro. I just felt like crediting Urbex lifestyle.
Copyright strike.
Copyright strike. That day I was filming Candyman, he's like, hey, bro, you kind of stole my name, dude. I was like,
yeah, no, it was...
I was like, did I?
No, at that point it was just kind of like, I thought it was more of like a reference to our...
Yeah, it was. That's what it was.
Yeah, that's what it was.
It was just a reference, but I can see, like, people, like, I understood his point. I was like, I get it.
Yeah.
Because nobody knows that.
Yeah.
So yeah, after that I changed it to AMG production, just to kind of keep it chill. Obviously, after we did the lab, I went on to record several more spots. I think we hit almost all Lilydale. Yeah, we hit pretty much everything that I would call, hittable for us at the time, minus storm drains and the spots we hadn't gotten into yet, and the ones that were closed. I think Yorgs was closed. Mm-hmm. Ag is closed. Those are the only 2 caves I really have yet to get on video, is Yorgs and Ag. Those 2, I think, will make my best YouTube videos by far. Especially Ag. I think Ag would be the best YouTube video I've ever done, because, like, that cave is the coolest. That's my favorite cave.
It's a cool cave.
It's terrifying
Very
too.
eerie.
It's
Yeah.
eerie, especially when you know of its history. I think the best capture of all was Mauser Ward's bust. And that's where I'm going to get to next is Mauser Awards. Some people are asking about Mauser. What is Mauser? Well, Mauser is like Urbex Christmas. Thanksgiving. It's the holiday for Urbex is what it is. And it's celebrated over 1 week, 7 nights, 8 events. Sometimes it's 9 events. Like this year they had like no not this year but last year they had 9 events, yeah. But they start with an opener and they usually hold it in a really easy to access cave. So like in 2023 they held it in TOT. I was honestly surprised they held it in TOT. I was like, what? TOT? You guys blaspheme that cave all the time.
Yeah.
Why are you holding it there? You disrespect the cave just because of the two-facery you guys got about it. Like, I've heard every single one of these motherfuckers go, yeah, fuck TOT, but then actually admit later on, yeah, TOT is pretty cool. Like, yeah, it's a haunted house cave. Like we said earlier, it is pretty fucking cool. It's trafficked for a fucking reason. It's cool. If a spot is cool, it's going to get traffic. Candyman gets the second. I would say Milk Truck the third. And the rest is history. Comment below. What is the coolest spot in your opinion? Tell me which one's the coolest. I got money saying United Crushers is going to win the vote. United Crushers is really popular on social media right now. After all the shit went down with that Mauser video, which was Mauser Awards, and Mauser Awards is the last event. That is where people come together to vote on who wins certain... There's certain things you can win in the Urbex community. Like, it's like a competition. Like, there's Best Explorer of 2023. There is Worst Explorer of 2023. There is the Poop Award or whatever it's called. It's when you go barefoot in the... Who goes barefoot in the drains the most? In the sewer drains, that is, with actual shit in them. Someone I know won that one. And I there's other awards, but it's like the same group of 20 people getting the same, they're rewarding themselves is what they're doing. And I just think it's stupid. Because there was some actual cool shit that we did on this channel and what like we've all done as a group. Like we built the stage at Nat Geo. He discovered the upper level to Yorks too, and everyone kind of just denied it, like, nah, that's not what that is. And it's like, it's a cave right on top of Yorks. What do you mean that's not what that is? Are you retarded? It usually is held in the last week or second to last week of January. So if you're ever wanting to visit a Mauser event, unceasingly check as many spots as you can during the month of January. Just hit spots relentlessly. You'll probably run into at least one event. That happened to us.
Yeah, 100%.
I think the Milk Truck Mauser was discovered by Braden. He randomly hit Milk Truck and hit me up. He's like, yo, it's all like set up for like an event. There's even a projector. And I was like, oh, let me go check this. And I was like, oh, they're having Mauser here. I bet they're having it tonight. So we checked and yeah, they had it that night and we went in and then it got busted. It got busted. Now, we kind of had a feeling it'd be at Milk Truck. They had it at Milk Truck the year before. I went to that one as well. That one didn't get busted, but I was just kind of chilling there low-key. Whereas when I went last time, people hated me. Like, people were like, oh, look, it's the Sub-Sammich. There he is. So people go, is that the Sub-Sammich? It's like, yeah, that's me. Hi. You hate me. I know. It's okay. And then we just kind of went because I just wanted to see how people would react. And I got the reactions I was expecting. People did not like me anymore. Everybody's like, oh, not this guy again. And I think not even 20 minutes into us being there, people were like, everybody, can I have your attention, please? The fire department is outside the cave entrance. Be cool. We're going to get this situation figured out. We're going to update everybody. And everybody was just on edge after that. Even I was. I was like, oh, shit. Is the party being busted?
That's crazy.
Next update. Everybody, run for your lives. The fire department is in the cave. Either you can hide or you can leave. They're going to be cool. Nobody's going to get in trouble. Blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, do they know to come back here? Like, there's a crawl tunnel at the end of the back of Milk Truck that leads into Lyman. Do they know about that? Yeah, they did. They went straight forward, actually. They skipped, they cleared parts of the cave, but they knew where to go. They knew the party was happening in the stage room or the dome or the amphitheater or the theater. What is that? I don't even know what to call that. The theater.
Yeah.
It's called the theater.
I don't know.
So the future of my YouTube channel, TikTok, Sub-Sammich, AMG, whatever you want to call it, is going to be very simple. I'm just going to kind of upload here and there. I want to try staying faithful to a bi-weekly uploading schedule, whether it be a podcast or an Urbex, hitting the same spot again, but, filming different parts I didn't film before, There's going to be some kind of content on a regular basis. I've already been posting regularly on YouTube and TikTok. I plan to keep doing that same level of posting. It's not going to stop for a while. So I'm also working on a Redux series. I'm actually kind of questioning if I should do the Redux series for the simple fact that the Zen Cave video did not go very good. It was actually the worst performing video I have ever uploaded. I was looking at the statistics. It was literally in 38th position. That's bad. That means probably shouldn't continue the series. So the Redux series is up in the air. We'll see about that. Every time I film a video for YouTube, there will be a TikTok counterpart, shorter videos, maybe uploaded separately. I'm still shooting on the iPhone 12. I think the 12 has plenty of good camera quality for YouTube. I mean, if you go to watch it on your TV, probably not a good idea. I would say stick to a small device because the pixels are only, I think, 12. So on a TV, that's not going to really do you anything. I don't know when it's going to happen. There's no date or time really established. I mean, we kind of talked about later in May. But there's going to be a second camping trip video. And no, I didn't get the idea from Outdoor Boys. I did that camping trip video way before I even heard of Outdoor Boys. So it just kind of worked out. But the second camping trip video is going to be focused more on the camping aspect, whereas the original camping trip video I did was focused more on the hiking aspect, I think, and the overall vacation of it all. Because, there was some other things that we did in there as well. It wasn't just the camping trip.
Yeah.
So also the road trip up. I plan to do it as a short film again. It's going to be a 30-minute video for sure. I actually would kind of like to shoot for an hour, but I think that's going to be hard because I might want to lose my phone battery. I think the camping trip video was 32 minutes, 38 minutes, one of the two, I don't remember.
It's going to be Voyagers National Park.
Oh yeah, dive
That's
into what they can expect from this video.
So Voyagers National Park, it's the only national park in Minnesota. I highly advise I haven't been there. I can't speak on it, but if you are from Minnesota, I highly advise you to visit it because it's like the least trafficked national park in the United States. But it is a really nice, it's more of a kayaking / boating kind of experience. So we're going to probably rent out kayaks and canoes. And that's going to be how we're going to get places. Instead of hiking, we're going to be pretty much boating. So it's going to be a lot of fishing involved. And then we're going to be camping on islands. So this is going to be like some Minecraft, like island survival shit. So that'll be pretty fun. And then, yeah, so and then it's a really beautiful view. I think it's the best place to stargaze, or one of the best places because it's a dark zone around there. But yeah, overall I think it's gonna be a good camping trip. It's gonna be a lot of different wildlife out there. Even like around the shore and shit, there's a lot of like wolf dens and like wolf packs, and yeah, a lot of other weird stuff, like even mooses, and so it's going to be pretty up there. We're kind of just on the edge of the Canadian Shield, if anybody knows what that is or where that is, but yeah, it's going to be awesome. That's kind of what you're going to expect, though, pretty much.
Oh yeah, and the biggest challenge to shooting a camping trip video is making your battery last on an iPhone.
100%.
Keyword iPhone. It's the struggle of being an iPhone user. I swear, just reading the script, this man's batteries dropped like 500%.
Yeah, definitely
least.
gonna have to bring portable chargers.
Yeah.
I guess what I can speak about for that camping trip.
Go crazy.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be really nice. Like I said, a lot of kayaking. I'm gonna see if I can get like a GoPro, and get like a perspective on that, kind of a little POV on that. Not too much, but just a little bit, you know, to kind of give you the kind of like viewpoint of what we're looking at versus just a camera viewpoint. But yeah, I think if you like fishing, if you like the outdoor stuff, we're gonna be kind of doing all that. You know, we're gonna be on some pretty big, decent sized islands and kind of over by a peninsula, so we'll check that out and stuff. So yeah, if you've never heard of Voyageurs National Park and you have an interest in camping, I'd highly advise you to keep in tune. It'll probably be more late May, more early June, you know, because we got to plan it out like at least a month and a half so everybody can kind of take time off to, you know, go, because everybody has busy lives, everybody has lives, so.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah, can't just say let's go today, you know, because that wouldn't work. But yeah, we're gonna get all that figured out, and it's gonna be awesome. You know, I'm not a heavy camper. Like I do love camping. I camp, but I live in the cities, so I'm not, you know, an outdoor person. But you know, I like to be out in the outdoors, and you know, every camping trip we have done, we've made it work. You know, even if it is a little unorthodox, but. I think overall our trips have been pretty successful. That even the Superior one, we had literally no water towards the end, but I mean we made it happen and we got out of there, and it was good. It wasn't like we were, you know, dying of thirst, but it was an uncomfortable feeling for sure, because we were, you know, up like 5 miles away from our car and away from like pretty much like, you know, any kind of like roads, you know, because we were like pretty much up in the Minnesota mountains. I call them Minnesota mountains because I mean they're not really mountains, but I mean they kind of are, you know. They're the closest thing you'll see in Minnesota to like an actual mountain. But
it felt like a mountain walking up and down, man. That was,
yeah.
If y'all want to check that out, video here, but the Superior hiking trail is not an entry level trail. Honestly, I feel like that was the most complicated trail I've ever walked.
Oh yeah, 100%. We had a whole bunch of gear.
Oh yeah, we had loaded bags. We were loaded. Our bags were loaded, and you know, some of us, I'm just gonna say it, Alex, I think was a little over prepared.
Yeah.
He had an entire freaking camper on his back. It seemed like this guy had everything. Like you look like he came straight out of a war. Like this guy had the actual military camping gear and everything.
Any action.
He was the most prepared of us all. This guy had cookware. He had
100%.
everything but water, I think, honestly, because I brought water. But
yeah.
Water's fucking heavy. Nobody wanted to bring water, really. I brought 2 hydration packs, and the second pack is what kept everybody hydrated on day 2.
Yeah.
I was like, shit, I guess I'm sharing my water. Fuck. I knew it was not going to last. I was like, this is only 1.5 liters. It's going to go like that. But that moment we ran out of water was honestly just ass. I was like, damn.
No, it was one of the closer feelings to like, you know, like I need water. Like, you know, we were literally sitting there debating to, you know, get some of this creek water. I mean, we ended up getting it, you know, and purifying it. But I mean, even just passing by it, you know, just looking at it, it was tempting to just kind of take a swig, because that's, you know, that's how low of water we were on. But I mean, we didn't do that, but we did.
Oh yeah,
we
towards
did
the end of that
walk.
Oh man.
Yeah, that was pretty pretty awful, but you know, it worked out. You know, it was fun. You know, I have all good memories of it. You know, I thought we made a pretty good success as like coming how we were and just getting out there and establishing a campsite where we did. Like, I thought it was a huge thing, because I mean, everybody towards the end was like, yeah, we got to come back here again. Like, this is a spot to go camping. You know, maybe not the exact spot, but just around that area is so beautiful. You know.
Yeah, it is nice.
You can't beat it. Yeah, at least in Minnesota, you can't beat it.
I just remember absolutely raging and getting so mad right before we were like packing up to start walking.
Yeah.
Because I had hit a point where I was thirsty and like I wasn't really fully trustworthy of the water we were drinking. I didn't have a lot of faith in it. You know, that was my first time ever like purifying and having to survive on creek water. But I ended up drinking a lot of it, and that gave me anxiety because I was like, man, what if I got some brain amoeba or something? And Clint was talking about brain amoeba, and I was like, bro,
yeah,
great, it's just what I want to hear.
No, I think the worst we had. It was
Oh
just
my God, I'll say it straight. I had never felt so energized in my life from drinking water. I firmly believe that the content of that water and the amount of minerals it had in it is why it got a boost. I bet it was really high in electrolytes. I really do. And I hope to not have to run into that issue again. I think next time, instead of bringing pre-packaged water, I'm just going to bring a purifier thing. One of those filters, camping filters. Just get water like that.
Yeah.
Then we can drink as much as we want if we're close enough to a water source.
Oh, 100%. Those lifestyles.
But for the obvious, getting to the campsite, we're going to need water. We're not going to have water right off the bat. You'll get one of those survival straws, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
One thing we can guarantee, you guys are going to see Lex, more present. Well, at least in the next video, or not next video, but the next camping trip.
Oh, yeah, he'll be in that one.
Yeah,
I swear, out of everybody,
he's solidified his spot in any whatever camping trip he wants to go. I always let him know because I'm like, hey man, I respect that. He was well prepared and he came in, he energized. Yeah, made good food, energized us, boosted the morale of the group. Always welcome back on the camping trip.
Yeah, he was a huge part of the camping trip. He really was. I would say you 100%. Two had the biggest contributions.
Yeah, no, 100%, man.
Like that was crazy. Like I saw a whole new side of him I'd never seen before, and I've known him for like over 10 years. I was like, damn, this guy is actually prepared for like a survival situation. Like he's ready to go into it head to head. And like that weekend, I had learned, man, I am not ready for that at all.
Yeah.
Like. Man, like a lot of us like were dying by the time we got to the camping spot. Like mainly him. This guy was dying.
Oh yeah, I was cramping bad. I pulled an all-nighter. I stopped in Duluth. I had a few drinks, and towards I didn't hydrate at all, and like a fool, I started cramping. Like literally towards the end. Thank God it was towards the end because
we just had to go upstairs.
Perfect. Yeah, it was just up these stairs, and when I went to put up my leg, instantly my whole ankle and quad was just locking up. And I'm assuming everybody's had like a Charlie horse or a cramp from dehydration. That's one of the worst, feelings, at least, that it wouldn't stop. And I remember I was just like, after that, I remember getting to the campsite kind of limping after, because like my whole like leg was just sore because it was cramping for like a good few minutes. And yeah, I remember just getting there and I was just like, oh, like sitting there at the view, and I was just kind of like, yeah, it was worth it, 100%. Definitely though, gonna never advise that. Do not do what I did. Don't go and drink and go hike and
be prepared.
Yeah, be prepared, be well hydrated, because people take that for granted. Because I can go in and go grab a swig of water right now because I'm a little parched, but out there it's like, you're kind of down to, gotta ration your stuff really well, or you're gonna kind of be struggling.
You're gonna die.
Yeah, for sure. But always overpack water versus food. You can go without food for a minute. Water, you need that.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say
100%.
We ate really good on that.
Yeah, we ate really good. We overpacked on the food. Like
we actually had food when we left.
We had like buffet level food. We had like all these little canned soups. We had like noodles, and then we had spices, and we had like
slap you up.
Yeah. Shout out.
All we would have needed that day was maybe some more meat. Oh, the campfire meats were good.
What was it? Spam
and the Vienna sausage. Yeah. Oh, the Vienna sausage was not it, honestly.
I remember Alex was like, "Here, try one," and I'm like, "All right." And I never had these before. I just picked one out, and I was like, "Oh, this looks nasty." He's like, "It's good, that's how you eat them." And I fucking took a bite. I was like, "Oh, this is fucking nasty."
Bro said this is some cat food.
This is some like, I don't know, fucking.
All right, no, we don't need this anymore.
World War II fucking promotional food to eat. I don't know, man. Like hard times.
Only women in the
food.
factory, so this is the best we can do now.
Yeah,
Boom, I'm
eat
canceling
Spam.
that.
I don't know, man. I was like, nah, this ain't it, man.
Spam
was
is good.
All right, yeah, with the seasoning,
When you season Spam and like,
yeah,
ooh,
it can be good.
the best Spam I ever had was that Spam that Tim was cooking in the kitchen that one day, like a few
Ooh.
months ago, and he was seasoning it and like caramelizing it. Like, I had this guy cook up a bunch of meats. I had a bunch of like sausage and like
Yeah.
I don't know, multiple different types of sausage and like I don't even know what they were. Some were
was liking it.
sausages and meat things, whatever. This dude whipped up a fucking buffet and it was good. That was the best breakfast I had in a minute. I was like, damn, this guy knows how to cook meat. Where'd he learn this?
Nah, man. Yeah, that whole camping trip, them noodles were really good though.
Oh yeah.
Like these noodles, but then we had Spam in it, and then like in with the noodles, so it's kind of like a whole dish. That was a really good dish right there.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
You'll be surprised how good like food tastes when you're on a camping trip. It's like a whole like you could have shitty food that you'd eat here and be like, yeah, I don't really like that, but you go over there in a campfire and you're eating that. That's, I mean, the best like hot cocoa I ever had, or hot chocolate, whatever you call it. That was over a campfire in a plastic bag, and it was made with water, not milk. And just in that context of being out there and drinking that and being grateful, because I didn't even know that it was there. Like my one buddy just whipped it up. Shout out Murphy. Made it, and yeah, it was some of the best I ever had, because just it was cold out. I remember it was kind of, well, it wasn't snowing, but it was snowed. Like everything was snowed over, and everything kind of looked like a globe, because we were kind of winter camping at the time. And yeah, I was just so grateful to have that. So you'd be surprised just how, like, you know, you take shit for granted when you're, you know, not like, if you don't camp. Yeah, you won't get that experience of like realizing like how like good you have it. I mean, not saying you don't already know that, but it's just like a you know, kind of a shock if you first start camping and you never did it, especially to do the camping that we do, because we don't like go and rent out a campsite. We go and find it in the middle.
Disperse.
Yeah, disperse.
We walk
camping,
the woods and we just pick a spot.
which I advise people to do. That's the right way to camp. I mean, not saying that you can't camp on a lot, because that's, you know, you can do that. That's a whole another experience. You're more social with everybody. But if you're trying to get more of that like primal kind of like out there kind of feeling, then you need to definitely look into dispersed camping, because that's where it's at.
That's pretty good.
For sure.
Bring me to my last few things. I remember somebody wanted me to kind of cover the topic of flashlights and, you know, kind of like what to do in your first cave adventures. Now, I'm going to offer you 3 packages, all right? There is the basic bitch boy package, which a lot of people start with. That's your phone's flashlight. That's it. You go in there with the flashlight, the phone. All right? Package number 2, you have a flashlight. You're getting started. Now, package number 3, the package you should take. Bring water. You're going to get dehydrated in these caves, and it's going to suck. Being dehydrated in the cave is ass. I don't like it. 2, have not 1, but 2 flashlights, and make sure you got batteries for both of them, or some kind of portable charger to charge it, whatever. I honestly would advise against using rechargeable lights, because rechargeable lights are more limited in caves. If you run out, you got to have a portable charger, and you better hope that it works or is fully charged, or you brought the cable to connect the two. You're better off having a light that's for both. You know, a lot of lights nowadays, a good cheap brand, if you're not looking to spend a lot of money, is Coast. You can find those at Walmart, Fleet Farm, any basic, you know, department store will probably have Coast. Ice.
Sponsored by them. Shout out Ice.
Coast is decently durable. They have a few lines of flashlights. The tactical flashlight's the best one. I forgot what it's called, but it's like a black flashlight about yay big. I've had a couple. Alex has one, I think. And at one point, Clint actually dropped this flashlight off Stone Arch. I don't know how he fucking did it, but he did it. and it's survived.
I remember that.
It survived. So it's a good sheep brand.
Yeah.
And if you want to go pick up a
Reliable.
flashlight that's reliable, I recommend Coast. They have a battery pack, and you can also switch it out for AA batteries. So that's a great light. If you're looking for something really bright and more next level, I suggest the light I use, which is the Phoenix E35. So the E35 is a really small flashlight. It's a tactical flashlight. It's tiny. You know, it fits in the hand really good. You can conceal it in, if you're wearing a sweater, you can conceal it in here. If, you know, cops show up, it's got the wristband. It's got a rechargeable battery, which is the only thing I don't like about it. But it lasts, like, a while.
Yeah.
Charge it with the C-type. This one, like I said, is the E35. It's about $80 with shipping. It is 3,000 lumens on the brightest setting. I like to run it on the regular setting, when I'm just kind of exploring, but when I'm filming, I need more. So I go for the full 3,000. I go for the full 3,000. $80, and it's very bright and it's very reliable. I highly recommended that. If you were to ask me what is the best light to get, that one or something from the Phoenix brand, here's the website. Link will be down below as well. I'll post the link of my 3 favorites, including that one. I'll post a link for that. They have the best headlamps. They're the brightest and they last the longest. They're a little bulkier, but they're the best for sure. Phoenix, all around. People ask what brands to avoid. Alex is not gonna like this with Streamlight. Stay away from Streamlight. They're made in China. I've broken one in a cave, and I was like, damn. They go, look at the cop flashlights. No, cops use military tactical flashlights like that now. But yeah, lighting is important. You know, if you take lighting for granted, I'll just tell a quick story about a friend of mine named Dimitri. He went exploring with me and a few of my friends, and we all were really fucked up that night. We had, you know, gotten drunk, and we had drank a lot. We had smoked a lot. And him and his buddies were doing other pills. I'm not going to say what they were. But our group got broken up, and then when the second part of the group came back, he wasn't with, and we didn't really notice. I don't know how, but we just didn't fucking notice that we forgot the bro. He had no light. He spent a whole night in TOT with no light. He woke up, he said he woke up to absolute pitch blackness. He said he questioned if he was in hell. He didn't know if he was alive. He was confused. And caves are zero darkness. Pitch black. You can't see anything. You close your eyes, open them, there's no difference. Yeah. Actually, you close your eyes, you start seeing your eyelids, so you see a little more. But it's creepy. If you ever go to a cave, just go there today, walk in there for a little bit, and just turn all your lights off, and just get a feel for how dark it is. It's terrifying. It's pitch black.
It's crazy.
Don't underestimate it. Lighting is super important, and I think regular flashlights are far superior to headlamps. Headlamps are not very durable. They tend to break really easily. They tend to suck, honestly, all around. And one thing I hate about headlamps is they're on my head, and I get a headache after a while. I don't know why. I just do. I don't know if it's the batteries or having all that electricity right in front of your head. I think it's probably bad for your brain, I imagine. But fuck headlamps. I think flashlights is the way to go. Anything else you got?
Nothing much on the flashlights. Just make sure you you know, when you are exploring, be safe about it. Know what you're getting yourself into, and you know, get some like extra water. You know, if you're, you know, gonna be out there for a while, bring a good flashlight, because that's important. You know, I go in there now with like a phone light. I don't really bring a flashlight anymore, but usually somebody in my group has, like, you know, a decent flashlight, and that's usually Austin. But no, make sure you always bring some, because you never know what's gonna happen, and you know, you just want to be safe, you know, because, you know, it suck getting stuck down there, you know, without a light, because that's when, you know, you start getting into trouble. Otherwise, I mean, if you have a light, you can find your way out of the cave. It's not that hard. You know, there is some caves that are a little bit more labyrinth, or more, you know, kind of weird. But if you kind of have some common sense, and you kind of are observing your surrounding, you should be able to get out. You know, unless you're like crazy drunk and just, I don't know, off something, then that could be a problem. But Otherwise, no. If you're sober, you know, even if you smoke a little bit of weed, you should be able to get out, you know, and just be aware of that. And then yeah, also practice getting in the cave well, because a lot of people just kind of glorify themselves like when they're coming out or like going to the cave, you know, and they're not really low key about it. Like I can see a lot of people going in, like I'll just be driving by and I'll just spot them from like a mile out going into the cave. So
that's a problem. Light discipline. When you're 100%. Going to the caves, make it your mission to not turn your light on until you're in the cave.
Yeah.
I know it can be hard because you want to see the entrance. I get it. But sometimes in exploring, you kind of just got to close your eyes and not poke your face off.
Well,
you got to
like
just
take
it.
Light.
Oh yeah, and that's some lights have red lights, and red lights they're not as easy to see from a distance. The light fades off very fast, and it's hard to see at distances. But not just light discipline, but a lot of you people on TikTok who are just now getting into my channel and everything, you know, you guys are all dealing with some pretty easy entry level spots. Like I got people who are worried about getting lost in Candyman. You have to be retarded to get lost in Candyman. I'll put it to you straight. You gotta be retarded. It's literally like one tunnel that goes around, and then there's a couple small tunnels on one end, and then there's one long tunnel on the other that's separate. And then there's Bear Trap, which is connected by a small little hobbit tunnel is what I like to call it.
Yeah.
But Bear Traps, there's nothing, you can't get lost in there. It's too small. There's not much to it, you know. It's a pretty small little cave. It looks like a little bear trap when you look at the map. It's not very big.
Yeah.
But I can understand maybe getting a little bit lost in TOT, but I'll say it, y'all. The TOT is one long tunnel accompanied by a bunch of side tunnels that interconnect with it.
Well, there's maps online of all these caves.
Oh yeah, I got a post right here if y'all want to check it out.
Yeah, definitely. If you're going into a cave, or even if you're trying to find some, I mean, these are all public. It's not like it's, you know, classified information. I mean, this, you know, get a map of where you're going, or get a map that, you know, from a trusted source, just so you can like understand the layout, because at that point, you know, it's good to do, you know. I would say for sure, because towards the end, when we were exploring more, we started using that and for references, like to either find caves or to just further explore them, or see which spots got closed off. Because I think we looked at one of Zen, and most of Zen is actually like not accessible at all. Because I mean, on the map it looks a lot bigger, but there's a lot of like parts that are just not like.
Here's the map of Zen right here, so y'all know what he's talking about.
Yeah, and you know, you wouldn't really think that, but you look in the map and it's like, it's kind of crazy, because I mean, it's a decent sized cave, but by no means is it one of the bigger ones that I think of. And
I would say 2/3 of Zen is you know, the rumor is that Zen was part of that collapse project in 1996, and it most likely was. It looks pretty consistent with a collapse. But it's literally, Zen is literally just the back, like you guys see on the map. I'll show it one more time. But like, it's literally just the back part of the map. That's all it is, just the back part. And the rest, if this cave never got collapsed, or maybe it was backfilled, I don't know. But if it was just left alone, it would have probably been the coolest cave in Lilydale. The layout is awesome, but it's not. And you know, people have found the other stairway on the other side of the cave that's been, you know, collapsed, demoed, whatever. And at the bottom is backfill, so it's most likely gone. You know, it's history. It's like the Hive. The Hive, you know, we'll show a map right here. The Hive is completely backfilled. Yeah. There's like no accessible parts of the cave. You come into the first part, and that is it.
Yeah.
The city has done a good job, you know, fucking these caves up and just making them more dangerous, I like to say, and it's sad. It is what it is. You know, people want to start off with caving. You know, honestly, Candyman is probably, in my opinion, not the best cave to start with, because it's filled with backfill. I can see that backfill. I can see one of y'all tripping and fucking up your face, honestly.
Yeah.
Start with TOT. Start with TOT. TOT is a good start. I would like to say Nat Geo is a good starting cave. I mean, if anything, it is the easiest cave by far. It's literally a fucking door. Use that information, use your brains, and if you combine all of that, you will get into Nat Geo. It's not hard to find the cave with the door on it. I think everybody knows about it to some degree. But Lilydale, and that's the thing. A lot of y'all don't realize this, but I'll show a map of the overall area. That's where almost all the caves are. They're in that one area, like literally.
Yeah, it's
People
crazy.
go, yeah, I found Zen, but I just was wondering where exactly is Candyman? Like what part of the city? About 75 feet to the right